All right, drone video for a pretty spectacular property. This is 9 acres, a little over 9 acres, direct frontage on Bryant Creek in Douglas County, Missouri. We're going to look at Bryant Creek in a moment there, right there. And the property actually goes across the creek, and there's just a little bit on the other side as well. So really nice situation where you're owning both sides of the creek bed. We're shifting around, so we're looking westerly. And in just a moment, we'll have a map pop up and kind of show you what's going on. There we go. So there's the property outlined in red. The drone video is starting toward the south side. Right now we're looking at the river. We're going to fly northerly, I'm sure. You'll see that open meadow cross the county road, and then the property rises up as we keep going to the north. And there's actually an additional county road which borders that northeast side, and you can see it there, kind of the half moon shape. So we're going to fly up, take a look at that. Fly back down, I believe. I haven't actually seen the video. I've only been told. So excited to check this one out. It's a very, very special property. The Bryant Creek frontage is nearly impossible to find. So it's awesome here. It's over, I believe, over 200 feet of actual direct frontage. And again, it's both sides of the river or of the creek. The white truck is parked on the property in the meadow. And there's a lot of really nice stuff going on with this property. I mean, in addition to the Bryant Creek frontage. By the way, Bryant Creek is generally very, very clear. It's actually quite clear. I don't know if you can tell in this video. It almost looks like it might be murky. It's not. It's crystal clear. Those are just different colored rocks on the bottom. Flows westerly. Actually, if you look toward the end of what you can see on the creek, right there is where it meets up with Hunter Creek, just about a quarter-mile west of the property. And that also puts you in the Veracruz Conservation Area, which is about a quarter-mile west of the property. And that's, I believe, 80 acres of land that's open to the public for camping and hunting. There's a free picnic area. I mean, it's just really cool, and it's a quarter-mile from this property, which is neat. Okay, so now we're looking northerly. This property actually not only has power on site, but there is a meter base. It's right by where the white truck is parked. This property had been actually leased out, I believe, for a couple years. So we just went out the other day and took this video so we have a recent video. There may be the older video in the listing page. Nothing's changed really, except the trees have gotten a little bigger. The power meter was added to the property. The gentleman who was using it had, I believe, a camper trailer down there during the summer, and he would plug into that meter base and hang out and use the river and fish and swim and all that good stuff. Okay, flying northerly, so you can see the meadow area. It's gorgeous. Oh, almost forgot. There's actually some Civil War history in this area. There was a that meadow that you're looking at, and this whole area you're looking at right now, was the original town of Veracruz, which was the county seat for Douglas County, Missouri. There was a Civil War battle, the Battle of Veracruz, that took place, we're told, essentially right in this area. So probably would have been troops on the property or coming through the area or whatnot. And then at some point, the county seat moved west to Ava. But there's a ton of history in this area. Super, super cool. Flying northerly, property has been rising up after we crossed over the county road. Another thing I almost forgot, there's actually I guess the remains of a spring house. So a live spring that would come out of the ground on this property. Whoever 100 years ago, the original homesteaders, maybe back to the Civil War times actually, had built some kind of spring house around the spring, and they obviously would have used that water for animals. They'd use it as a kind of a refrigeration system generally, and you can see, oh, there goes a hawk. You can see what's left of that spring house on the property. When we were out there, there was water in the, all that's left of the spring house is the foundation, but there was water in there. It was just kind of seeping out, but it definitely was holding water, and you can see that in the ground video. It looked like off to the left, that's going to be the closest house. That's an original farmhouse that the owner uses just for vacations, I believe. So that's, I don't think it's going to be, it might be visible from the meadow on the property. It wouldn't be visible from anywhere else on the property. Okay, so now we're looking southerly. By the way, you'll find some massive timber on here. You'll find all different types of timber, from hardwood trees to cedar trees to sycamore trees, all that good stuff. Going southerly. I was talking about that spring house. When you see the ground video, you'll actually see some plastic piping that someone had put in. Obviously, that's much more modern than the spring house itself, but it looked like they were running the water from the spring house to a different water trough. I'm not sure. You'd have to look at it to see, but just one of the really unique features on this property. Okay, so coming back down into the meadow area. So this is an early fall video. So a lot of the trees are starting to change color already. We don't have the vibrant greens that we would have had, you know, in the spring and summer. But this is a gorgeous area for leaves as well when the colors start to change. If you look at the power right there, you can see the transformer and the meter base. In this video, I think there was actually a meter in the meter base, but all you have to do is call the power company and give them the meter number, and we can get you all that info. They're pretty quick about putting a new meter in if you get out there and the meter itself is not there. So now looking easterly, again, obviously that's Bryant Creek. Just an unbelievable property. It's so, I wish we had more like this, but there is only one property like this. Looking north, you can see how it does rise up once you get across that county road. The nice thing is you get that other county road that goes up to the north, so that gives you access to several different areas on the property. Bryant Creek has been wildly popular for decades. I mean, it's just a beautiful spring-fed creek. It flows southerly all the way down into Arkansas and helps create Norfolk Lake. It joins up with the White River, and then that creates Norfolk Lake. So now checking out that meadow area. And that meadow appears to be very, very high quality soil. So if you wanted to do a garden, if you wanted to, you know, have horses or whatnot, it could be great for that. Okay, so now heading northerly, we've crossed over the main county road, and right about below us is where you'll find that little spring house. So a very safe bet that this was part of a homestead, part of the town of Veracruz. You can see kind of an open area as we start to go northerly. Some of the trees appear to have lost their leaves already, probably the walnut trees. But what a mixture of timber. Gorgeous, gorgeous property. You certainly would if you're building a cabin or a home, you'd want to do it on the north side of that county road. Oh, some massive pine trees too. Not that you couldn't build in the bottom field adjacent to the creek, but safe bet that that water could get up into that bottom field. There goes a hawk again. Super peaceful out here, super private. The wildlife population is phenomenal as far as white-tailed deer, as far as wild turkey. Look at that view. So looking southerly from toward the north end of the property. Bryant Creek is just stunning. It's just a stunning, peaceful, beautiful creek. You can kayak, you can canoe, you can fish and swim. Bryant Creek gets deeper and bigger as you go southerly, but this section here, we see fishing here all the time in this section of Bryant Creek. Having the power on site, having the meter base, I mean, this is just an awesome property. in addition to having that Veracruz conservation area, which is generally open for public hunting and camping and all that stuff, you're not too far, just a few miles from the Mark Twain National Forest, which gives you thousands upon thousands of acres of additional land for hunting and recreation and trail riding and all that good stuff. Beautiful property. We have people asking daily for property with live water, property with power. I mean, this just seems to check pretty much all the boxes. So for hunting, for camping, for building, for investment, recreation, this one just really nails it. So that is Tract 4 on Bryant Creek. Douglas County, Missouri, 9.39 acres. Has the creek frontage, has so much going on. So check out the listing page at InstantAcres.com if you're not already there. Everything on our site is available with complete instant owner financing. And if this one's gone, we'd love to talk to you about one of the available properties.